Well, he's got a metal wood in hand. I'm not quite sure what the game plan is here.
No, you're right, Jack. I don't know where he's intending to put this with the 3 metal off the fairway, but it's going to take an extraordinary shot.
I think he's going to try and aim it on that tree and cut it a bit. And try and find that, as I say, that layup area to the right.
There's a little hazard over there as well, so if he's going to take that line, he better be careful he doesn't overcook this.
This is a very good line, and a beautiful shot to get it to there. He's just hit it down the right. He's actually has faded it through the gap, and he will have a pitch into the pin, give himself a chance of an up and down.
There's the ball.
And that's the gap we're talking about to the right, whereas most of the players trying to go through the left-hand gap in the gums there.
Some players have had unfortunate days, but Stuart Appleby isn't one of them.
Oh, great birdie that. So,
just 2 off the pace now, Appleby.
Well, when we've seen the horrors that have gone on.
2 birdies.
Here's Scott Laycock coming out of the sand. May yet save par, because it's about the same distance putt that he held at the last. It's an easier one. It's a much flatter putt.
Well, it's been a very, very interesting day here at the Grand. Scott Laycock clinging to the lead on 8 under par by 2 from Appleby.
Laycock, who we saw put his second shot in the left-hand trap out to here. This for par. Oh. Oh, that could have been a real good 4 if he could have got that one in. Everyone's dropping strokes there.
Just 1 shot in it now at the top of the leaderboard. Laycock 7 under, Appleby 6. Here at 12 L's, 3 off the pace.
Drive up the top of the hill, try and hug the left-hand side as much as you can. Not as much as that, though.
Well, Bruce, he's hooked that badly left, but a lucky break and kicked out nearly onto the fairway.
Well, Brett Ogle did the same yesterday, if you remember.
14th green, 14th tee rather. Stuart Appleby, short hole, downhill. Wind probably helping a little off the left now. Pin over on the right-hand side, but let's look what happens. The green slopes away from you and to the right. It's hard just to hold it.
From 179 trying to hit the high hook over that tree, but it's left it way right.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, that's going to be an awful spot in that bunker. It was a wonderful camera follow, I thought. You saw the ball moving right to left in the air.
Second shot. 5 off the pace.
Just 108 metres for Grant Dodd out of the light rough. Looks like it might come up short. That needs to go. And that is short. He's going to have a little bit of work to do to tidy up for his 4.
Bird's eye view of the 12th green, surrounded by sand and water. Just nestled in a stretch of holes that has proved very challenging to all.
This is a similar putt to what we were talking about before. Not one of the favourites of the pros because it breaks from left to right. So the break is across your body. It's always easier to hit a right to left breaking putt than a left to right, and particularly when it's so quick. Well, he hit it out there and it stayed.
Well, when his tee shot was in midair, he probably would have settled for a 5, hooking straight into the trees on the left.
We'll join Stuart Appleby and we might be able to get a better idea of just what lies in front of him, courtesy of Pineapple Head.
I think the difficulty here is he's, as Pat was saying, he's missed the bunker, which is good, but he's on the wrong side to approach this pin. You can see it right in the back right-hand corner. And from there, particularly coming out of the rough, he can't go for it. And you can see how this green slopes away from you, from front down towards the back. So he'll be going for the fatter part of the pair.
Bruce, I think that's exactly right. This pin is 30 metres back and the green's only 33 metres deep. And bunkers right and left. And he's really sort of just, if he's going to attack the flag, he's got to come over the right half of that right-hand side bunker. And I don't think he'll do that. That's not a commercial shot. 106 metres, that's all it is.
The only thing that could be in his favour is there is a camber off the shoulder of the bunker on the left. So if he can get something chasing up the green and use that slope, he might be able to get it back to the stick.
And the breeze, Jack, it's fairly ripping through here now. The nor'easter's in, and it's really starting to pick up. So that's favouring this shot as well. 106 out of the light rough now. This looks to be coming up a little short. It needs to kick hard here. Well, he's 3 or 4 metres short.
Once again, the occasion expecting the ball to come out a little hotter than that and fly a bit better of the two. But I'll tell you what, he's now can't get close to the pin in 3 from there.
Pampling has a chance to move to 6 under at a share of 2nd place.
And the longer you go on, Sandy, in these sort of conditions, the more sort of lacking in confidence you become. The greens are getting the greens are getting a glassy stare to them, and they just don't look very inviting to putt on and be bowled on.
You've just got to hang on. Grant Dodd.
Yeah, pretty good lead from where he was. I think also the other thing that's frustrating a lot of the players is it's so slow out there.
Yeah.
A lot of hanging around.
Yeah. Scotty's right in between clubs here. That's the problem here, Jack. You're right about the breeze. It's just starting to gust around. Such a daunting second shot again. The flag's only cut 5 metres on. He's got 2 strategies here. He can try and cut it around this tree here. It's right in his line, or he can try and draw it around it. Majestic looking tree, but very menacing for this shot.
Wind into indications are it's into the face and from the left, so maybe even fade it from left to right round it, or not?
Well, that'd be the shot. That is the perfect shot. But he has to button it. Don't miss it. Now he's... you've got to control your emotions out here today. This is tough.
Well, actually, as you were talking, Lindsay, we had the windometer up at the time, and it was veering around and almost going from left to right to straight into the face.
Yeah, Caddy's just signalled he's gone back to 3, so... I mean, if you're going to miss this shot, you've got to go long.
I would have thought that, not so much from where he is, but where Rod Pampling put his is not a bad play at all on that right-hand bunker.
Yeah, I agree.
This is a very dangerous shot.
Oh, he's got it going beautifully, fading back now to the heart of the green. And back bunker, that's not a bad play, Jack.
Well, it beats the hell out of being in the water.
And he'll be expecting a rather better bunker shot than Stuart Appleby's from back there, who, as you said, caught it a little bit thin.
Speaking of the man.
Wind will be the one thing that'll help him here. Oh, he's played it beautifully. Played it quite beautifully.
Grant Dodd.
Par putt at 13. Remember, he was short. Used the Texas wedge. Up to there.
Remains at 2 under. 5 off the pace. Don't discount anyone in red figures, because they're becoming somewhat of a rare breed at this stage of the afternoon. Just 7 of them.
Just get it out on the green and let fall down. Steady now. Nicely done. Started with 2 birdies in the first. Hang on for your life thereafter, but he's got a chance to move in the right direction once again. Scoreboard's actually looking much the same as it did overnight, with sort of him at 7 under, but the cast thinned out a little bit behind him.
Stuart Appleby at this great par 3 16th.
Yeah, 4 iron today, Jack, and every bit of it. And this is just over to the right-hand side, but that's pretty safe. He'll be happy with that when he gets up here.
4 iron, 100 metres. That shows the strength of the wind.
Rod Pampling at 13. Second shot to this 376-metre par 4.
Here it goes. Will it stop there or keep rolling? Not too bad.
Head to 16. Peter Lonard is playing with Stuart Appleby. He's 1 under, 1 over for the day.
Not a lot going right for him, Sandy's left a lot of putts on the lip. This one better line, but a touch short. Look out, trap. That's where it is.
Yeah, I can't see the ball land on that hole as we go back to Ernie Els at 13. A massive tee shot he's played here. And that will also roll off.
Another one of those you'd have to say probably hit it a bit too far. And he had to try and play a bump and run in there instead of taking a club to fly it all the way.
Finally. To 18, Thomas Bjorn. Even, playing his second shot to the last. He's playing with Adam Scott today.
He's hung on well today. Nice start, just the one mistake, really. One so many have made, 6 at 11, but 3 birdies coming home, and at 1 under par he'll be generally pretty pleased with the day.
Ernie Els, third shot now. Back to the picturesque 12th. Jack, our leader's at 7 under. What's going to win it?
Look, I think anything better than 7 under is probably going to be a big show at the moment, the way things are going, not knowing what the weather's going to do tomorrow, but par seems to be a pretty good score at the moment. Scott Laycock, big putt here because it will stretch the lead to 2. Just on the left lip. The plot thickens.
So this sort of stage, you have to really just keep hanging on and stay with it. You wish to get to the clubhouse.
Returning to Rod Pampling, playing his third for 13th.
It's a hard one, Sandy, because you have to sort of bash it to get it up the hill, and then the moment you get up there, you start going downhill the other side. Both he and Els struggling a little bit there.
Now Peter Lonard at 16, this terrific par 3 where he's come up short in the trap. Fairly straightforward bunker shot. 1 over for the round. 1 under for the tournament. Back into the breeze, so it'll check up pretty good. Good shot. Now Rod Pampling and Ernie Els both struggling here to save par at 13. 3-metre putts for par.
It's going to be only his second drop shot of the day. Sadly, he hasn't had any birdies.
Right, and the slot where the pin is, as we saw in the previous group with both Els and Pampling, and that's well-judged shot on the same tier as the pin is cut, so always important.
Rod Pampling on 14. 175 metres.
It's 8 iron for Rodney down here at this par 3. Ideal spot, landed just short and kick up onto this hard green, level with the flag. Great birdie opportunity.
And ahead now to 15 with Grant Dodd.
Yeah, nice solid shot down the left side of the fairway for Grant Dodd here. Should leave him in perfect position to knock it towards this pin. Safely on the fairway.
See, there's a lot of water on the left here, and you've got to, the nearer you can be to that, the better the line into this back right.
Scott Laycock playing 13. At one stage held a 3-stroke lead. Now 1.
Front running's never easy, and on a course like this, it's a course that's sort of mined with danger. He's done well. He's starting to leave himself birdie putts for a change. It was hang on time through that rough patch in the middle.
Brought a wry smile to his face, I think, because he just couldn't see that much borrow in that putt. It's a classic case of the slope and the grain, turning the ball sharply to the left.
Pampling, outside chance of a 2 at this par 3.
The longer you go in a round of golf, whether it's on this course, on these conditions, or anywhere without a birdie, the less you sort of forget how birdies are made. And he's really played very steadily. Just 2 small errors. And if he finishes today in 72 or 73, it's going to be, he's not going to have done his chances any harm.
Stuart Appleby now with his second shot into the par 5 17th.
And no heroics, Jack. He was right on the limit at 220. Could have had a crack, but he decided not to. He's just a little 8-iron down there to the edge of the gorge.
Well, Stuart Appleby is one who is certainly threatening. Let's have a look at some of his action today. A birdie putt on 10. This is one of the memorable putts of the day. And he's confident all the way. Then to the next hole, the 11th, finding himself in the sand. Playing an absolute gem once again. Then ahead to 15. Just off the green, playing his 3rd shot to this par 4. Playing a beauty and making sure of his par. Stuart Appleby right in contention. But this is Grant Dodd trying to get it to 3 under. Oh.
Well, the maker's name had a look at the bottom of the cup, but not enough of the ball, but it's a good performance.
Ernie Els.
Par-saving putt at 14, which he gets. He finally strikes a blow for Mr. Els at the 14th, not having parred it yet.
Greg Chalmers, and what a fight back he's made. He had 3 double bogeys in the space of 4 holes from round the turn, but an eagle at 12 and a birdie there at 15, and he's level par for the championship.
Which brings him right back into contention. Laycock by 1 from Appleby, a further 2 to Pampling, another 1 to Els, another 1 to Grant Dodd. But that's it as far as red figures are concerned. What a performance by James Nitties. We'll take a break from the Grand more shortly.
Par 5 17th.
Just 80 metres, and this looks to be absolutely perfect. Let's see if it checks up. Oh, what a great shot. Another chance for birdie.
Els at 15.
Nemesis hole yesterday for Ernie Els. He knocked it way right in the creek. Had to take a penalty. Just going with an iron today, looking for the dance floor, which he's found. There's the shot that he has left, all the way up this green, which has really got a funnel effect to it.
And at 16, Grant Dodd.
Into the wind and uphill.
Yes, a pretty tough pin placement up the back as well. This looks to be travelling right. It's going to run to the right, just going to miss the green, but should end up in the first cut, just in the fringe. Not too bad.
Right, now Stuart Appleby, the joint leader, approaching the final hole, which has certainly been no easy thing today, particularly even if you get your tee shot away, the pin cut just over the front trap. So further down the left you can get it, the better angle you will get at the stick.
He's driven beautifully all day today, Jack. They're just looking out right. So it can be nasty over there.
That's not in your orchard, Pat, is it?
Not quite that far, but heading in that direction.
Laycock now, nice tee shot at 14. Quite a swing from left to right. Hasn't hit it. And he had the line. But again, understandable, sort of thing you expect, as it's been such a hard day. You just try and get to the point of let's get another par, let's get closer to the clubhouse. Let's leave ourselves any horrors.
On 16, the sand cam with Greg Chalmers, who's fought back remarkably well. And he's played a beauty.
Steve Elkington played precision golf to lead the field at the Lakes Golf Club in 1992. At the final hole, with the weather deteriorating rapidly, Peter McWhinney was just one stroke behind. McWhinney mishit a 2-iron and made bogey, and the title was Elkington's.
And from Steve Elkington to one of our leaders here at the Grand. Just 10 players now remaining out on the course.
There's an error taken out of place, end up in the bunker. It's fascinating to me, Sandy, how they're now treating this hole with great respect. I mean, there were drivers out all over the place the first couple of days. The wind is stronger today, it must be said.
Up ahead on the green, Ernie Els. Trying to get it to 4 under, but not successful.
Frustration, the order of the day for Ernie. He's not used to playing rounds like this. Made 1 birdie at the 10th, and he's made 1, 2, 3, 4 bogeys.
On 16, Greg Chalmers to save par.
Well, both he and Grant Dodd missed little putts there. I wonder if he was influenced or put a little doubt put in his mind when he saw his playing companion miss a short one.
Rod Pampling, this also is to save par.
Oh,
Gee. Well, it looks as though they're getting worse as the day goes by, but the greens are getting firmer and faster. The wind is as strong as it's been at any time. I think the great thing, Jack, about Els's round is he hasn't played his way out of the tournament, difficult as it's been.
yeah, too true. You would think that anyone within 5 or 6 shots of the lead would give themselves themselves a chance. And now the problem Scott Laycock's got here, I was in this bunker the other day, it's blind. You can't see where you're going for A, the lip on this bunker, but more importantly, the lip on the bunker up ahead. So he needs to nip this just right.
Set a little bit clean, Jackson, and go over the green. Bit of trouble here for Scotty.
And he's picked it as clean as a whistle. Or in the teeth, as we sometimes say.
Stuart Appleby is playing the 18. This is his second shot.
Yeah, he's going to take his medicine here, Sandy. He can't get anywhere near this green. There's a great big tree in front of him. That's pretty good. Straight back to the centre of the fairway. Leaving a shot of about 60 metres.
Well, both the leaders suddenly look as though they're going to narrow the gap between themselves and the rest.
Uphill par 3, 16th.
That's 4 iron for Ernie up here, which I think is really, he's got to step right on it. It's big wind blowing in his face off the right and short. Could have done with one more.
Also, don't think he hit that very well. Sound of it was a bit funny.
Third shot, Appleby to 18.
He's got to make sure he gets this on the same level as the pin is cut, or it'll suck back down the front.
Jack, look at this. This is perfect. From this distance, he's just been immaculate all afternoon. Don't be surprised if he makes the putt, because he's held everything from there.
Here's Else trying to play a chip and run. And mentally on these days you get a bit weary, and your inventiveness and imagination brings to. It's a pretty good shot, but it's another one of those to save par. These today, he hasn't dropped a shot all day. This is it's a round that he will remember long, and a very fine career, but I doubt he's played as many good shots in a single day as he has today through these most awkward conditions.
4 under for the day.
Well, it doesn't look too long in length, but I can assure you it requires plenty of attention.
That completes a wonderful round by Stuart Appleby. 67. At the moment, he has a share of the lead. Who knows? He could well be the outright leader come the end of the day.
Well, a day when they've only had 3 other scores under 70, and he's beaten all those by 2. It's not been a bad day for Peter Lonard. He's a couple over par. Just a 6 at 11. Really the bad mistake, the expensive one. This for 73.
'68, 72, 73 for Peter Lonard. Now leaving 8 players out on the course. One of them is Rod Pampling.
Well, some of the putting in more recent times leaves a bit to be desired. Players leaving putts like that one 2 or 3 metres short as Scott Laycock plays his trap shot. That'll be at least 3. Remember, he was in the trap off the tee, thinned his second over the back. I'm assuming that he was in that bunker.
Else now to try and tidy up for a 3 and stay 3 under. Well done. Well done. 14 and 16, 2 good putts.
Early on, he was really striking his putts in a positive fashion. We've seen a number of players who seemingly have become a bit negative and a bit tentative. That's a lovely putt.
Seen that little clenched fist a few times today, haven't we, as the putts have gone in?
Yeah, that was a great save.
Pampling on 16 to remain at 3 under. Good solid strike by Rod Pampling. 4 from the lead. And that tells the story. Stuart Appleby back in the clubhouse with the round of the day, a 67. Scott Laycock, couple to play. Ernie Els still out there as well. And Rod Pampling with Els at 3 under, all capable of winning this championship.
It's Rod Pampling. This par 5, which is downhill all the way and then across the creek.
Playing a bit tougher today, Renton, because it's playing slightly back into the breeze from the left. With his length, I know he can reach the green in 2. He's a very long hitter.
Well, one man who's delighted to be back in the clubhouse is Stuart Appleby. A round of 67 today. A dream round in these very, very trying conditions. And here he is with Pat Welch. Pat?
I don't know about dream round, Sandy. It's been pretty tough out there. It's been a battle, but would you rate that one of your best rounds?
It's sort of more what I was looking for the first 2 days, sort of a hold together round. It's a course where, like I said yesterday, you can't get any real rhythm. You can't have an easy 18 holes. You got the breeze blowing today pretty strong, stronger than the other 2 days. Pins cutting in really tough spots, or anywhere on the green's a tough spot really around here. And getting the right club is really difficult. So I putted really well. Chipped and putted when I hit some slack shots and made up for mistakes there.
When we left the course yesterday, you were still over on that practice green, and that was some 4.5 hours after your second round had finished. What were you working on?
Yesterday on the chipping, I hadn't chipped much late. I hadn't pitched much. I just sort of really got a bit lazy with my chipping. It wasn't bad, but I really didn't think it was as good as what it needed to be. And today it sort of paid off, that chipping practice. On the range over hitting balls last night, I was trying to work on getting my arms to stay better speed with my body. Struggled with that with the first 2 days. Had it a lot better today. To keep your arms, most golfers really need to keep their arm and body speed together, as long as, you know, that's going to hit a ball straight for 90% of people. I found if I can do that today, I'll be okay, even under pressure. And under pressure, I was, plenty nervous out there. There's no doubt about that. And it held together pretty good.
Well, you reap the benefits. I mean, the short game, 80 metres, I think, at 17 and about 60 metres at 18, and you knocked it stiff both times.
Yeah, that's really the stuff where you can make it up. I mean, if I hit a poor shot on 17, don't hit a poor one on 18, I drop 2 shots. So you look a lot better when you hit those shots close. And that's really the distance that separates most of the pros from a lot of the good club amateurs, is that distance at 70, 80 metres. And again, I hadn't practiced that much, so I got to do some more work. Today was nice though.
Just your thoughts quickly on the fact that we've probably only got 4 or 5 players under par at the end of today.
Yeah, surprising. I think Craig Parry said early in the week that he thought, low numbers. I think the reason being there wasn't really any low numbers, or isn't any of yet, and it looks like total winning score won't be low, is the course has a lot of slope on it, which, makes it very difficult to read. A lot of slope on the greens, a lot of humps in the greens, a lot of slopes off the bunkers next to the greens. A lot going on, and some holes that really are just really difficult, bordering on silly. So it's not a course where you can get out there and go at it. And with typical Queensland breeze blowing, makes it even harder.
All right, defend well tomorrow. Great round today. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yes, he set himself up beautifully for a championship tomorrow, 7 under par. Pampling on 17.
Well, he's driven in the position A+. Sandy, you can see he can take this left of that big tree, which is located in the middle of the fairway. 2:27 to go, downhill.
Jack, I don't think you can possibly get there with this to you. I mean, truly, that's going to be an absolute sensational shot.
Oh.
I think he's over the water all right.
There it is there, just on that little tongue of fairway. I think he was trying to bring it big time from right to left and chase it up there into that breeze.
Not bad, though. Could make 4 from there.
it might be a nice time just to reminisce a little on what else he's done today. We go back to the 8th and a birdie opportunity for him here to move to 5 under. Cruel when you've just got to go in and tap it in. It still counts as 1. Here's approach now as he sets himself up to 9. Setting up a birdie opportunity. And here it is. Another opportunity to go to 5 under. Well, that's Ernie Els from earlier in the day. But it hasn't been easy.
Scott Laycock. Birdie putt at 16. And once again, a bit of a tentative prod from Scott. He's feeling the pressure, don't worry about that. And on a day when it really has been a case of hang on to your hat, it's easy to fall into that habit of just trying to protect what you've got.
Brett Ogle found it pretty tough today. A round of 79, 8 over to be now 4 over for the championship. Marcus Kane played with him a 77. And he is 2 over. Just 4 players under par. But it still leaves all of these players that you can see in contention. So we're going to be set for a big final day here at the Grand. On air tomorrow for 6 hours. So I hope you can be with us for the final round of the Holden Australian Open.
Els, who's flag high left out of the light rough. Now it'll sling down to the right.
And he did make a birdie on the second day. I did tell Jeff that he'd made 2 pars at this hole, but he'd parred it first day, birdied at the second day.
Grant Dodd's second shot to 18.
It's 129 metres for Grant Dodd. He's got a 7 iron. Does need to clear the lip of this trap. And has not. This is come back to his feet. Unfortunately, he's going to have to regather himself and play it again.
We'll return to him in just a moment. Now we're with Pampling. Some interested spectators here today. Actually, they had to stop for some time today on 7 when a metre-and-a-half goanna decided to amble across the green.
Not friendly things to play with either.
No.
Ernie Els for his birdie. Oh, that beautifully, didn't he? So a 4 there. He moves into second place.
It's a bit hot and flustered, old Ernie.
Now, take 2 for Grant Dodd.
Well, he's caught this one very heavy. This is going right. He's going to need a lot of luck to stay out of the hazard. Oh, that's taken a bounce. That looks wet. This is going to be a horror finish for Grant Dodd.
Pampling for his par at 17.
Oh. Now, that's a careless 6, but it seems to be the order of the day.
It's been a mentally stressful day for many of those golfers, Jack.
Back to 2 under with 1 to play.
Back up the fairway, we've got Scott Laycock, and I think Lindsay Stevens absolutely right. You need to be down on that plateau, down some 50, 60 metres further on to attack this hole. So he's going to lay this up out to the right, I would assume, so he doesn't have that big tree in his line.
Yeah, he's just knocked it down with a little 5-iron. Just pulled a little bit left. The tree may block him out here. Might have a tricky pitch, but that's the right strategy under the circumstances he's got here today.
Oh, I think he might need a McCulloch's chainsaw to get rid of that tree. He's dead set right in his line.
Oh, no.
The dramas of Grant Dodd continue on 18. Not the tidy, neat, efficient finish that he was hoping for.
It's such a tragedy when you see a journeyman pro like Grant Dodd, who is going so well in such a big championship, to suddenly see the wheels come off. Currently at 5 over for the round. And he'll be playing his, what, 5th shot? Is that right?
2 out of the, yep.
So
Left one in the bunker, yes.
And you can see the body English demonstrating the frustration. And he's still got no easy shot because it's quite a short shot, so we won't be able to get enough spin on the ball to stop it. And you can see it's right over that front trap. It's a mean pin.
We'll return to Grant Dodd in a moment, but let's go back to the tee. Ernie Els.
Well, Ernie with the driver up the last. He needs to needle this in the middle of the fairway, but he's left it right. But it's okay. He'll get a shot from there.
He looks down 18. We might take a journey down 18. The final hole, the par 4 of 389 metres, Jack.
Yeah, very strong finishing hole. I like this hole. You can see the players drive over the hill. They can't see where their tee shots finish. And that big tree, of course, could be a problem for Ernie Els, particularly the overhanging branches. But we've made the no-go zone the left-hand traps. But I'd suggest one of the reasons a lot of the players are missing this fairway to the right is the breeze is pushing their golf balls to the right. And then an uphill second shot to this well-trapped green, beautiful bunkering, and big slope from back to front, and the little swale there between the bunkers. If you go at this flag and come up a little short, you'll suck back down the hill. So all in all, a pretty demanding final hole. 5 metres on and 6 from the left, the flag. And there's the shot Grant Dodd has. He used to play it back in his stance, shut it down and try and trap it on up to the cup. Now, will it stay there?
Well, he'll hopefully get up and down, but we'll return to him in a moment. In the meantime, Pampling back on the tee at 18.
And that's a magnificent tee shot from Rod Pampling, one of the better ones we've seen late this afternoon.
Back on 17, Laycock has the problem with the tree, which is in the direct line to the flag.
He's got a shot here, no problem at all. The tree doesn't block him out. I thought it might, but he's in prime position. Would love to get a little birdie here. Such an important shot, and the pin is very, very difficult. Just up on the top of this little tier here. Doesn't want to miss it right, and that won't happen because obviously the tree's in his way. So I suggest you come in from the left-hand side.
So he's got a shot to the left of the tree, Lindsay.
Yeah, he's fine here, Jack.
It must be an optical illusion on the
Yeah.
That's,
Camera's over. Yeah,
that's good.
I think it is. The camera's on the right-hand side.
I made allowances for that, Sandy.
Yeah, so did I.
Got to get down. Woo.
Well, he knows how difficult that would have been had it gone into that back trap, so it's no easy putt, but he's certainly better off there than in the bunker.
Tell you what, he won't be the only one tapping the old heart come the end of the round today. 4 players under par. Appleby and Laycock locked together at the top. And the big name international nearest to them and poised to strike tomorrow come the final round. to finish and get back into the house. And a nice cool shower. This for double bogey. And he's still not over. Disappointing finish for Grant Dodd, who's battled so hard today.
Home in 43 for his round of 79.
This is Jeff Ogilvy on 17. Haven't seen a lot of him recently, but he's got a putt here that could get him back into red figures. This for an eagle, and it's looking good. Ogilvy strikes back.
Well, he's covered the last 6 holes in 4 under par to get to 2 under again for the championship.
Now Greg Chalmers. He gets it.
71, 67, 76 for Greg Chalmers, and he goes into the final day on 1 over par. At this stage, 8 shots off the lead.
That lead is being shared at the moment by Stuart Appleby and this man, Scott Laycock, who will have that to retain a share of the lead.
Now up ahead to 18. There's the shot that Ernie Hills has. No problem with the overhanging branches, as I thought.
Jack, just an 8-iron for Ernie, and with that bruise off the left and back into his face, it's a great help, and it's a good, super shot. He shaped it around that tree. Beautiful, sensational shot.
Laycock gets his par and remains at the top of the leaderboard, sharing top spot. Well, Jeff Ogilvy be pumped up, suddenly storming back into contention.
Go, wind, blow. Come on, keep going. Keep going.
No, sorry, I couldn't see it.
It's not shot.
Pampling then with his 3rd shot at the last. Played it well and gives himself the chance to get his par and finish the day on 2 under. But he's not enjoyed the back 9, dropped 4 shots to par on this back 9. That's Pampling back on the tee. It's joint leader Scott Laycock.
Now, Scott's showing great course management here today, and that is an absolutely imperative part of the game. You must have good course management around here today. The course is played unbelievably hard. Needs to button this drive up here. Oh, this is a beauty. Laser straight, great drive. Just fading off now a little bit, but it should be fine. Good line at the flag.
Safely on the fairway, that's always important here at the Grand.
Just reiterating that Stuart Appleby shot the round of the day, a 67, to catapult to the top of the leaderboard with Laycock. Now this is Ernie Els, also in red figures. Probably been the story of his day.
It has been, Sandy. It's been a day of near misses.
Still is very much in the title hunt at 4 under par with a round today of 73. 66, 70, 73 today for the world number 4, Ernie Els. Looking for his first individual success of the year. Will it come tomorrow, I wonder?
Having said that, he's won $2.5 million or something.
That's right, 2.3 million. Rod Pampling for his par.
Righto, Rocket, knock this in.
Yeah. Well done. And he's not out of it either. A 75 today. It leaves him 2 under. And that just leaves us with 2 players out on the course. That being Jeff Ogilvy and Scott Laycock. Ernie Els a 73, Rod Pampling a 75. We'll go in complete formalities. We'll take a break from the Grand, come back to see them finish.
Welcome back. Scott Laycock has only got 140 metres to the pin with his second shot. Fine tee shot off the last. Jointly did it 7 under with Stuart Appleby. Wind still blowing pretty strongly from his left.
Oh, he's got a good shot coming in. A little bit long now, but this is going to be running up the back of the green. Tough downhill putt if he left it there, but pretty good shot.
Yes, it's the second hardest hole on the course statistically today, and I think probably where it is in the field as much as anything. They're all a bit mentally ragged by this stage. Great comeback by Geoff Ogilvy, though, over the last half dozen holes.
Let's see whether he can finish 2-3-3. Right back into it again with that birdie at 16 and eagle at 17.
He's going with 7-iron. He's going straight at it too. It just depends on his length, but this is looking better actually from back here.
Not bad for
Very
his
good.
end either, Lindsay.
What a finish to the round this guy's put up. Come back from nowhere, he has.
Well, I think the great thing is that he's triumphed over the mental damage of being 8 over par for the round through 10 holes. One birdie got him going at 12, and it's been like a day of two halves for Geoff Ogilvy.
Just 167 today, 3 69s, 4 rounds of 70 and 8 rounds of 71. If you like, 16 players level par or better today from the field of 60 who started out. And well, it's been a good day really for Scott Laycock. He started at 7 under par. He got off to an excellent start, 2 early birdies when other players up there on the leaderboard close by him were dropping shots. He got through the turn in 34, and on the back nine he's dropped only the 1 shot at the 11th, and well, that's a hole where many of the players this week have dropped more than 1 shot. Pat Welsh is
Like that, and he'll be doing all in his power to just tiptoe this to the hole side and walk off with a 4 in a round of 71.
Oh, move on, keep rolling. Well, that's sadly that's missable.
Well,
Hopefully
again,
it won't be, but
at the end of the day, though, it's a case there of you've been defending on the putting green for so long, you do become very tentative.
Ogilvy will be next to go. Out in 42, 7 over par, 8 over par for the day after he dropped a shot at 10 where he missed a shortish putt, Ogilvy. But since then, everything's got back to more like the Ogilvy we know, a birdie at 12, a birdie at 16, an eagle at 17.
Well, I think, Renton, the important thing is that the sort of force is with him. He's got terrific momentum at the moment. He's hated the first half of the day. He's loving this. He's in the frame of mind. He can only see the hole, and this will be a much more positive putt than, say, that of Scott Laycock. Quite a swing, though, from right to left, even so. But don't be surprised if this gets in, but do be surprised if he leaves it short of the hole. There you go. There you go.
What a wonderful finish by Geoff Ogilvy. 2-3-3. Birdie, eagle birdie for a homeward 9 of 32. 10 better than his outward 9 of 42. He's round in 74, and on 3 under par, he's only 4 shots off the lead. The lead held by Appleby, who's in the clubhouse in 7 under par, and who's 7 under par and has a putt to stay 7 under. Hopefully the final putt of what has been a difficult afternoon for the golfers here at the Grand. Hard greens and that wind which has been whistling through the trees, trying to change direction a couple of times.
Well, at least he's coming on the same line of Geoff Ogilvy's putt, so he knows that this is sort of firm right lip, and importantly puts a positive stroke on it.
This to share the lead with a round to go. Well holed by Scott Laycock. A fine round of 71 at matching par, and he goes into the final round on 7 under par. 69-66 and an excellent 71 from Laycock today. Only the 9th 71 of the day.
And he certainly deserved that par at the last, Jack. A gutsy effort, because we've seen Stuart Appleby come and join him. It's all set up now for a big day tomorrow, especially with Ernie Earls poised to strike.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's still 4, 5, 6 guys who can win this championship. Laycock did get a bit negative on the back 9, I thought. Ernie just scrambled out of it. And what a difference a 9 made for Jeff Ogilvy.
Unbelievable. Conditions no doubt will change tomorrow. We're expecting thunderstorms. Join us tomorrow for the final round.